Today's Wednesday, February 25th, 2015, and you're tuned into the Elevator Radio Show. The Elevator Radio Show is a proud supporter of the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation. To find out how you can make a difference, visit their website today, www.eesf.org. Hey, everybody, got a good show for you today, so stay tuned. Here it comes.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listened, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, it's great to be here, everybody. As mentioned before, I am Tom Seibert. I am the host of the Elevator Radio Show podcast. This is an audio, video type program. If you're finding us for the very first time, yes, I'm crazy. I get up early in the morning to put the show out and basically scour the internet for all sorts of content relating to elevators, escalators, moving walkways, whatever it is. I lump it into a post on the website, and then you can check out the links that are shown on that. Hey, today is the last week of the month, I should say, which means we're giving away a $100 Visa gift card, courtesy of the Elevator Radio Show and myself. And so along with that $100 Visa gift card, we're also giving away some cool giveaways that companies have donated, and all those companies are listed on our website here. So go over to the elevatorradioshow.com, check on the post link, and you can find out what will be included in that prize pack giveaway. And so in order to be eligible to win, you have to go to elevatorradioshow.com and go to the main website here. Where is the online subscriber link? Man, I think I lost that somehow when there was an update. Yeah, that's not going to help anybody who wants to go ahead and actually sign up. So anyway, we'll get that post back up. Oh, here it is. Maybe subscribe. Man, what happened to that? Oh, that's for FeedBurner. Forget that. I will get the link back up line. I don't know why that's off, and I'm not sure why comments are off as well. Anyway, we'll get that working in just in no time. So, go over there, enter your email address, and then you'll be notified as soon as a new post has been posted. So that's the best way to stay in touch with the show. I do not send other emails out because, like you, I am tired of emails. Yesterday was one of those days where if I could have just shot my computer with a shotgun, I would have done that, because it seemed like every time I walked away, there were like 15, 20 emails that I had to respond to, which is not a big deal, but it seems as if the world that we live in today is so immediate, and people need responses ASAP, and elevators are down, and blah, blah, blah. And so, I mean, not to say that I'm taking away from anybody who has a major issue like that, but the reality is that it's very stressful, and I wish it were not the case, but it seems to be, and it seems to be wearing a little bit on me, so hopefully it's not wearing on you. Hey, this is the last week in February, so for those of you in Boston, those of you in the Midwest, anywhere that it is white outside your window right now, just think you are getting closer to it melting at some point. It might be June before that happens, but just hang in there, because we're close. We're close. We're getting closer, and the days are getting lighter, longer, which I love. And hopefully the snow here in Chicago that has fallen, which has turned to ice, starts to melt really, really soon, although it won't be for a little while. So keep that in the back of your mind. Hey, next week I'll be attending the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation annual general meeting in Tampa, Florida. I'm looking forward to getting away, although I'll be inside most of that time. The reason why I'm mentioning it is because I fly out Monday, fly back Wednesday morning early, get back to work. So I may not do a show. I think typically with my best intentions in doing so, I do try to get a show done, but the problem is that I'm typically pretty damn spent by the time Wednesday morning rolls around, and the last thing I want to do is get up in the hotel room and do a show. So if there's some cutting edge stuff that happens, I'll definitely do that. If not, I'll put a post up just letting everybody know that there's no show, and then we'll be back the following week, and hopefully we'll have some updates on what's going on at the EESF. Love the meeting. I love the people that attend it because it's just a unique. It's not a unique caliber of people. It's a high caliber of people who want to make a difference, and I really appreciate everybody who who contributes, who participates, who come to the meeting, and there's no better reason to get anywhere warm than that meeting. So if you want to attend, members are welcome to do so. Go over to the website and you can sign up to do so. Also Anyway, that's about it about that. I'm going to ramble on for a little bit longer, but that should do it. Skip over the email comments for today. But as always, send your emails to elevatorradioshow@gmail.com. I promise to get back to you as quickly as I possibly can, even though I may not respond to it online or on the show. So, okay, up next, it'll be the news content of the program. Then we'll give away the prize pack giveaway at the end, and then have you out of here in no time.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
All right, first news article is going to lift you up. If you are like me and you remember the days when you were a kid and how magical elevators were, I can't remember my first elevator ride, but I certainly can remember just how it felt. And I have to say, it was just really, really cool. So here's a great article from minpost.com, their news article talking about their toddler who, watching their child, basically be amazed at this box you get into and travel up and down buildings. And I have to say, it would be cool to see a piece or some type of book about I guess it'd be cool to put something together of the country's oldest and most unique elevators in the United States. I think that'd be pretty neat. So anyway, thanks to the University of Minnesota for making the content available, but great article, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this, especially if you have kids, but it's pretty neat. So check this out. Link is in the show notes. I kind of wish there were photographs with these, but there's not. It seems like they reference them, but they're not there, unfortunately. So yeah, as more buildings are being historically renovated or updated, the trend to keep that equipment or elevator equipment, the look of it, the feel of it, original is pretty strong. So and that typically goes hand in hand with historic preservation issues and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah, maybe someday if I have more time, we'll definitely add this to my bucket list. Okay, 69 WFMZ-TV-News.com has an article, Fire Prompts Evacuation, Rescue People of Trapped in Elevator. Let me see if I can play this without blaring your ears off. Oh, and dang. Alright, it's not going to let me shut that off. They're pretty sneaky. Anyway, everybody was okay, but still a scary situation, as I believe smoke was seen coming out of the machine room, but people were actually in the elevator. And again, it's the last place you want to be during a fire alarm in a building is in the elevator. Okay, so make sure. I don't think this was the case where people used it and the alarm went off or whatever, but just still not a good situation at all to be in, and I'm glad everybody's going to be okay. Okay, over in Istanbul, elevator accident kills construction worker. Apparently a construction worker fell down an elevator shaft from the 13th floor. Very unfortunate. Just as a reminder, make sure that you are being safe out there if you're working on or near equipment, whether you're a consultant, inspector, whatever. Make sure you are safe. Safety every single day. Do not feel comfortable or too comfortable around the equipment that you work on. If you do, ask to see if you can be put on a different route, and just make sure you're safe out there. Okay, the Intelligencer.net. That is not a word, I don't think, but it might be. Okay, in Ohio, Belmont counties address courthouse elevator issues. Belmont County commissioners are contemplating just how court proceedings can be accommodated in the courthouse without an elevator as they prepare for a $114,000 elevator installation project that's expected to take 2 months to complete. Yeah, this is a problem, especially with ADA accessibility. It sounds like maybe they're going to have to move the courts, some of the proceedings, to a first floor, or make accommodations to those that require access to have access to court rooms that are on upper floors. So yeah, it's kind of you think that would be maybe thought out ahead of time. Okay, Huffington Post in Chicago has a pretty, I think, a good article or a blog post talking about the most important and new rule of elevator etiquette, which I'm a firm believer in. How many of you out there have heard or do this? Because shame on you. As you're trying to get to the elevator and the doors are closing, you hear, "Hold the elevator, please." You know what? That's the last time you want to try to hold the elevator. What happens to me when that happens and I'm in the box, basically I'm like, I look for the door buttons. I never put my hand in front to try to shut, keep the doors from closing. But I fumble around trying to find the door open button. By that time, it's like, 10 seconds too late. The person's either made it or hasn't made it. And the reality is that just wait for the next one. Don't put your hands in front of closing doors. And shame on you if you are somebody who does this, because, just wait for the next one. All right? That's what I do. I have no problem waiting for the next one. I never do this at all. And I like this. Good post, Matthew, and thanks for posting it. I agree 100% with you. Okay, the first new escalator is delivered at the Bethesda Transit Station, Metro Station, which is pretty exciting. I really hope that we don't hear any more news on the escalators here as these units go into installation. But this escalator is part of a project that's part of $151 million to replace 128 Metro escalators by 2020. So we'll see. This is, let's see here. The escalators at this station are the second longest in the Western Hemisphere, measuring 212 feet long. Pretty cool. So yeah, that'll take a little bit of time. I think 2020 is the date they're going to be done with that. Well, so hopefully the equipment that's installed is better than probably what's there. Okay, escalator trends and new technologies. I don't know where or why this was linked up, but somebody posted it, and I think it's a game or a goal to get more advertising traction here. But apparently there's some technology and some information regarding escalators and VVF systems. Not exactly new technology necessarily, and if you've been in the industry, you'll notice that it's not all that cutting edge, but maybe for somebody who has never read about escalators, it perhaps is. Next article, TEI Group heads to Long Island City. This is from the Commercial Observer. Elevator maintenance company heads to a building that used to be occupied by Macy's Furniture Warehouse. So that's kind of cool. I like these old buildings. I wish we had more of these around. I know Chicago has some of them, but they are not necessarily easy to to rent or inexpensive necessarily to buy, I would say. So, okay, athletes help with escalator shutdown. The local in Sweden reporting that apparently athletes that were in a something just went.
With over 100 years.
Sorry about that. I'm going to let everybody read that on their own, because shame on you, shame on them for blaring that at nice advertisement. I hate that. Just hate that. Hey, for those of you out there that are old enough to remember AOL, some of you might still have AOL accounts. What was by far the most significant internet company in the world at the time totally screwed up when they started pushing ads into everybody's computer across the world without permission. It pretty much just pissed everybody off, and that's the same kind of thing when these websites do this. I swear, it's just they have not learned that. So anyway, just my soapbox there. Okay, Elevator World Unplugged, Escalator Puzzle. This is a cool image, man. Very cool. If you haven't subscribed to the Elevator World Unplugged blog, go over and check that out. But yeah, it's a gorgeous escalator photograph, probably somewhere in Europe. And I didn't read the post. It probably says where it's at. No, it does not. But I bet you could make this thing into a jigsaw puzzle. But it's cool. It's really cool. Very cool. Anyway, check that out. Link is in the show notes. Okay, next news article. Real serious accident in Dubai. Apparently, a 4-year-old Saudi boy had a lucky escape when he fell from atop an escalator in a mall at a Dubai on Saturday. He was okay. He suffered a broken leg. He was transferred to a hospital for further treatment. But you got to be careful. This is exactly a very common accident that occurs when kids are not watched around escalators and start playing with the handrail that's moving and basically get pulled up and over. Real scary. Happens more often than you might realize. So again, if you see kids playing around escalators, find their parents. Tell them, well, first stop them, and then find their parents and tell them how dangerous that is. To make sure they got to watch their not dangerous, but they make sure they got to the parents understand they got to watch their children. That escalators are not amusement park rides. Okay, next news article: State looks to protect escalator inspection funding after lapses found. Interesting article. News Tribune in oh gosh, where is this? I just had it, and I don't know why I did not. Oh, it's in Washington, I believe. Yeah, state is looking to protect money for inspecting escalators and elevators following regulators' failures to meet inspection schedules. The News Tribune and Olympia reported last year that many escalators in Washington went uninspected. 2013, about 2/3 of escalators under the state's purview didn't receive the required annual safety inspections in 2013, and some escalators haven't been visited by a state inspector since 2010. Those lapses were revealed following the Bellevue escalator collapse that injured 7 people in 2012 and the strangling of a man on an escalator in 2013. A proposal in the legislature would create a dedicated account for all inspection fees paid by escalator and elevator owners to the State Department of Labor and Industries, with the goal of ensuring money doesn't get swept up into the rest of the state budget. Good idea. If they can actually use that money to inspect and actually budget, that's the way to do it, right? Yeah, very, very important. But if you're a contractor, make sure that you're, if units are not inspected, that you're making sure the equipments are up to speed. So, yeah, that's definitely a good idea, and they're safe. Anyway, good article. Share it. Should we give up the dream of the space elevators? BBC.com has an article asking that very question. As much of a dreamer as I am, and one that doesn't want to squash the ideas of technology and where we're moving in the future, I have a feeling this is not going to happen, at least not in my lifetime. But perhaps if you are interested or creating some type of program or a company that you want to try to sell to Google for $50 bajillion, go for it. Yeah. Okay, Doug has posted over on the Doug at GL blog about his trip to California. Doug, I got to say that you picked a great week to head out to California, and some good insight information regarding the elevator market out there. And I enjoyed reading your initial paragraph regarding remembering Oliver Williams, Reliable Elevator, Western, all those. I do remember all those companies, and yeah, there are quite a few new ones out there. California's a great area to do business. Well, I don't know if it's a great area to do business in. I know it's a tough environment for businesses to do business in, but it's a great. The people that are from there in our industry are great. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, you want to find out what about Doug's adventures? Click on that link and read more about it in the show notes. Okay, ignoring escalator warnings causes injuries. DailyTelegraph.com in Australia. Never seen an article quite written like this before, and with photographs too. Sydney, it's a pretty insightful article talking about basically what could happen if you do not take the proper safety measures in riding an elevator, or in riding an escalator, I should say. It shows photos of shoes, scarves being basically pulled into those. And if you look at the photographs, even a soccer ball, which, to be honest with you, a soccer ball should not get pulled into the comb teeth unless you're actually forcing it down. You know what I mean? So some of these, I just wonder, how valid they are. There's like the initial photograph here that you're looking at shows a shoe, I guess, stuck between two escalator treads as it's going up, and I'm thinking to myself, who puts their feet that close to the back and it doesn't move it when they feel that happening. If you scroll down here, you see the soccer ball, you see the pink shoe with a sock in it, and again, pick your freaking feet up. I mean, that was like the first thing I was taught as a kid. My mom was like, okay. I mean, we were prepping for it halfway up the escalator, and then we count to 3. 1, 2, 3, and then jump. I mean, it was like try to clear those things. It was a game. Not let's run our feet into the teeth and see what happens. Man, the hell do we have to do? I mean, do we have to put warning messages on the teeth themselves with a, maybe that's what we have to do. I don't know. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Tell me. Somebody correct me. What do we have to do to prevent these kind of photos and images from happening, other than educating the entire world on this stuff? Man, I don't know. Okay, next news article: elevator repair costs for New York City skyrocket after court settlement. Yeah, what do you think happens when what do you think happens when there's lawsuits out there? You think, oh no, it's just a pool of money that gets paid out. There's no side effect to it. There's no consequence to frivolous lawsuits or any kind of lawsuit for that matter. Yeah. Anyway, New York Post reported the city's elevator repair bills are going through the roof. Each of the 3,330 elevators in the city's housing project goes out of service an average of once a month. Man, look at these elevators. They look pretty rough. Elevator failures and shutdowns for maintenance, along with huge raises for elevator mechanics, have caused costs to skyrocket. Man, that was not easy to say. The fattest paycheck in city government last year went to Richard Lick, New York City Housing Authority elevator mechanic supervisor. We added back pay, and he took home $346,427. And that includes $145,963 for 1,095 hours of overtime. Man. Ooh. Anyway, oh boy. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where. Anyway, read about this. Yeah. Where's the? I thought the settlement was in here somewhere. I can't find it. Anyway, that's a lot of money, but equipment is old and it needs to be repaired. That's bottom line. Okay, no strollers on escalators for this very reason. Okay, so News Local in Australia has an article: 2-year-old falls out of pram, which is basically a stroller, at the McCarthy Square shopping center. People, don't take your babies and strollers on escalators. Just don't. Find the elevator, please. Just do that. Let's use some common sense. I wish we could just do some of that. Please. Okay, ElevatorWorld.com has announced that their photo contest for 2015 is open. So get your photos over to Elevator World. Let's see if we can't take all of the categories. In terms of the United States, we should have a contest in terms of, countries. Let the United States submit theirs, Canada, Mexico, whatever. I think that'd be kind of fun. So kind of be the Olympics of elevator photos. Wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, check that out. Link is in the show notes. Little girl and mom get hand caught in escalator. Ouch! That's all I could say when I read this. DailyMail.com in the UK. Apparently, every parent's nightmare. I don't know if this is every parent's nightmare or not, but if it were, they might not put their fingers by stuff that is moving. Apparently, this is the shocking moment when a 2-year-old girl and her mother were sent flying on an escalator and ended up with their hands trapped in the mechanism. Ugh. Oh, this is in China. Oh, man, there's actually video of that. I'm not going to play this. No, not going to play this at all. I can't tell if there's comb teeth, but ouch, 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 ouch. Oh God, I just let everybody watch that and look at it in your own time. Remember, spread the word on safety. A fall can be very, very bad on regular stairs and on escalators. Okay, Elevator World Unplugged is another blog post written by Hanno van der Bijl. Sorry. Man Behind the Closing Doors. A great post talking about those that have automated machines of today and taking the automatic opening and closing of elevator doors for granted, which I agree. So this is a nice little blog post talking about the fact that Alexander Miles, citizen of the United States, residing in Duluth, Minnesota. Oh no, sorry, Duluth County of St. Louis, state of Minnesota. Yeah, okay, I was right all along. Invented a certain and new useful improvements, elevators, of which following is a specification. Pretty cool. You can look at the actual patent on that. Love the history of this. Patented on 1887. Alexander Miles, inventor. Pretty cool. Love these archives. Love them. So thanks for posting that, and thank this gentleman for allowing doors to be opened and closed. Okay, next Chicago Elevator Association meeting is going to be March 5th. A new location. Looks like a snazzy place. RBN Associates is going to be presenting on insurance, something we all love to hate. So for more information, go to the website link there. It will be a dinner in Oak Brook at the clubhouse. So looking forward to that. Make sure you get there to attend. And the last news article for this week's program, Otis Elevator complaint blames contractors at Fenway Fall. I am not sure 100%. The article doesn't go into details about this. This is the lawsuit where the woman fell through the elevator doors, and I don't know if it was air that sucked her into the doors or what, one of those deals, but apparently it looks as if maybe, and I'm not really, I don't have all the details on this, but I think what happened here was it might have been an Otis elevator. They got sued, and then Otis is going back and suing the maintenance company, which is Schindler, and then also suing ARA Mark or whatever, which, the reality is that, we got to, maintenance has to definitely be performed. And if there's an accident where maintenance was not performed, then that's an issue. But this is how, I just want to make this point. This is how the attorneys out there just get richer and richer and richer. I mean, that's the bottom line here. And I have a feeling, I'm not going to, I have a feeling that what happened was this woman just, basically knocked herself into the doors or was fighting, whatever. I don't know. And it's just really frustrating. I'm surprised that the Boston Globe even picked this article up, to be honest with you, because there's really not a whole lot of information in it. But lawsuits, accidents happen, and they go after everybody. And all I can say is go after. It's gonna make the attorneys richer, I guess, in these kind of situations. But yeah. So anyway. Yeah, it doesn't talk about, basically how she fell through the elevator door. And I think that's important, don't you think? I think that's a very important part of the entire equation. But that doesn't seem to be even relevant as it goes to trial or settlement or whatever. Yippee for the wonderful system that we have in the United States. Yeah, just makes you want to drink heavily. Anyway, that's not a really good note to end on, but I'm gonna find the I'm gonna find a number generator here, and we'll find a prize pack giveaway winner for one of you out there. And again, I will fix the link so you can actually enter your email address, and that's all you got to do. Remember, I don't do anything with your email address other than just it goes out to you as soon as you get as soon as there's an update on the website. Okay, so if you can deal with one of those a week, that's all you need. Or if you want to go to Facebook and subscribe to the page there, that's fine. Okay. Enter minimum number. Okay, 65. Low number. Okay, I'm going to cross-reference that on the list. All right, and scroll down. 65. 65 is Alex. Alex from Texas. Alex, you are the winner of the Alex S. You're the winner of the prize pack giveaway, $100 gift card, and some great giveaways that have been donated by some great companies out there. So as always, thank you for joining us today. Alex, I'll be sending you an email shortly just confirming your physical address so we can get it to you. And those of you who are traveling to Tampa to attend the ESF meeting, can't wait to see you. Looking forward to it. And that's going to do it for this week's show, everybody. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Stay warm out there. Think March, think spring, think warmer temperatures above 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and we should be able to get through this together. All right, be safe. Take care. Talk to you next week maybe, or the week after. Bye-bye.